Hello, I want to give you a quick walkthrough of this flow here. First, when a Facebook ad, a lead ad comes, they will go into monday.com and we're going to send them an initial WhatsApp message. This WhatsApp message is this one here, okay, where they choose what of the options they're interested in buying, okay? So that's the first message that they get. Then the complex flow starts, which is we start with handling the reply of it, okay? And then there's many situations. One is they choose one of these options: electric, hydraulic, garden repair, or air conditioning. In that case, we have to make sure that the path says that the last message sent by the user exactly matches. I was doing it wrong before, I was using contain. Has to be exactly matches any of the 4 options you're giving in the menu. Now the menu also has otros, which means other. So in case they say other, we have this other path, which says if the last message sent by the user exactly matches other, then it will go into a flow where it's asking them for more details. Now, after they, in case they say one of these 4 initial options, it will ask them for their name, which you can see here. What's your name? After that, we'll have another path here, which is basically if the last message sent by the user does not, it's not basically an answer of these 4 options. So if the last message sent by the user is not electric, it's not hydraulic, it's not gardens, it's not air conditioning, then we're gonna proceed this flow here, and then we're gonna split the path again in here. We're gonna do one is if they didn't say other, and then if they didn't say other, and hold on, let me check here. All right, so this is conversation paragraph. So if in the throughout the conversation they didn't choose this option, and the last message was not any of these, so it was not, so if they never mentioned the word other, and the last message was not electric, hydraulic, garden, or air conditioning, then it means they actually answered to our second question, which is our name. In that case, we will ask them to, it will update something on Monday, and then we will ask them to schedule a time with us, which is this message here. So I've answered my name here, and then they've asked this. Now we have here a delay by Zapier. I've put it for 3 minutes, so it was easier to test. I'm gonna move it now to hours. All right, so it was waiting for 3 minutes before, and then it was gonna do a follow-up message saying, hey, just checking in, were you able to schedule a time? And now what I've added, so that was the end of it. And now I've added, and then in case they would have said, in case, let's go back here. In case they would have chosen here the other option, they would have get asked for more details about what's the other thing that you want, which is here. All right, and then if they say that, then what we do is a rule which says, if in the text they said the word other, so in the conversation, which is the conversation paragraph, which checks the content of the last 10 messages between the bot and the user, if there is the word other, and the last message sent by the user is not other, which means they already selected this other option. They said other, but the last message was not other. Then we're gonna ask them we're gonna tell them what? Thanks for the information. Someone will get in touch with you. Now I've added another error handler here, which is basically if the last message sent by the user is not, if the last message is not any of the answers to these things, so if it's not electric, hydraulic, garden, air conditioning, other, and the last message text contains resposta, so the last message the bot asked contains the word resposta, which means this, and the last message sent by the bot does not contain asking them for their name, then it means this would be a random message that they're answering. So in this case, for example, I said obrigado, and it went through saying, hey, thank you, but for other questions, contact us directly. And then because this person had said before they were interested in this in gardens, we'll ask them again. It goes again through the flow of saying, hey, you can schedule that time here. All right, I'm gonna show you this last flow by deleting all the messages here, just so you can see the other flow. Right. For testing, I'm just gonna send myself a message here, okay? I'm gonna press retest step. Let me check if everything is on, yep. So I've just retested this here. I'm about to get a message now. Oh, sorry, let me check. Yeah, okay, so we get the message, okay? Now I'm gonna check, say other. And then it's like, what type of maintenance do you need? I need pool. And then it's gonna say, or hopefully says, all right, someone from our team will get back to you. These few seconds between the Zap running feels like ages. Okay, so it says, thank you for information, someone from the team will get back to you. Now, if we go to the history on Zapier, we can see that this flow that I just started 1 minute ago has been flowing on correctly. Okay, now I'm going to delete these messages and show you again just how it works with another case, just so we can see it live. All right, let me delete it here. And I'm gonna go delete it from the database as well. All right, I'm going to put again, retest this step here. And we're about to get the WhatsApp message. All right, and now we're gonna say, for example, hydraulic. And then we're gonna say the name. And then it's asking this. Now, I have already scheduled this follow-up to be in 3 hours, so I'm not gonna wait 3 hours. But what we can see in Zapier now is that we're waiting here, and it's going to be waiting for 3 hours here. We are now in this step. This delay by Zapier step has been delayed. So in 3 hours, you can see we're here, send one new message. So now it's waiting 3 hours as by the rules here. Oh, 3 minutes. Okay, so we can wait 3 minutes. Hold on. All right, and 3 exact minutes have passed, and then it does the follow-up message. If we go now to the history and refresh this, we can see that this was successfully executed because it waited here. Where is it? I forgot now where it was. So it sent this message. Anyways, I don't know how to look at this now. Exit run view. Okay, I don't know how to look at it, but it kind of it works basically. And now if I would say something random, obrigado, it would then go and do this step which says, hey, we don't talk through here. If you want to talk with us, do this. All right? And again, because they say obrigado and all the other conditions are met, it says again, hey, let's schedule a visit. All right, I want to go a bit deeper into how I send this WhatsApp message, which I think is the interesting part. This is part of Notifier system. It's part of this Whatsable app. It's available on Zapier and on Make. Let me show you how it works. You basically need to connect your WhatsApp account with this tool, with Notifier. You will need a separate SIM card, a separate phone number that you will use for the automation. This does not integrate with your WhatsApp business. You'll go and create your template. So for example, hello, thank you for booking a demo. And then you can add buttons such as scheduled, or you can have visit a website if you want to go to Calendly, and they can be dynamic as well, like schedule here, and then here I have a question, for example, and then they can be dynamic, so you can put a variable here, or you can make them static, like for example, go to your Calendly, and then kind of create your own templates from this, okay? And then you would see your templates here. I have a bunch created, and then Facebook has to approve them. They can take a bit of time. I'll show you here how they look. All right. And then basically here, what you do is, so after you have the Facebook lead, you configure it here in such a way that you say, you choose which template you will want to send, okay? And then this loads your template here, so you have an idea of how it looks like. And then you see there's hello, this is Portuguese, and then you have variable 1. Then variable 1 is the one you would put here, like the name of your lead. And then this would then send the message with that variable to that customer from your phone number. And the same thing happens basically here, except that the first module is again from Notifier Systems. And this basically what it does is it's looking for this Zap. It says here, this Zap will trigger as soon as we get a new event happen. So as soon as someone replies to you, to that WhatsApp number, this will start happening. And then it's basically up to you what configuration you have in your Zapier flow or Make flow, would be the same thing. to then kind of channel this message based on the bot that you're building. So again, this is kind of like for the first question, path A and path B, path C is for the second question, and then this is kind of for error handling. But again, you could make really complex stuff. I have a really cool video also on that. I'll put it in the comment of this about like how to use AI to be more advanced with this, but this is a really cool way. So then what happens is this is listening. Okay, the moment you get a message, this triggers. Now you flow through this, and now that you don't need to create a template for every message. If a customer or a user writes to you back on WhatsApp, then you don't need to create a template. So they have a module called here that says send a message without template. So send a message without template, what it does is you can basically send a message. You can choose send a message with like text, document, image, video, or an audio even. You would choose here to reply to the same phone number that you got here. And the cool thing is you get a lot of variables. Like you get a lot of context from this notifier system. You basically get the phone number that's written to you. So we're gonna send a text message to the same phone number that we got in step 1, which is the phone number that wrote to us here. Okay, so we're gonna reply to them. And then you can just reply any text you want. If you could attach a video or a PDF or anything you want there too. And the cool thing, especially if this is really relevant, if you're gonna build like logical scenarios, and especially for AI, is that you get the last message content, which is all the conversation, all the text of the last messages the user and the bot have had come together in a paragraph. So you can analyze for certain words. And then also you get it in a format which is better for an AI to understand. So you can see the user said at 9:12 otros. Then the bot said, "Hi Axel, thanks for." Oh, sorry, it starts from the back, I think 6. Anyways, you have the full context of the conversation, and it says who said it and at what time, so that you can create an AI scenario where you say, here, take this variable, which is take this variable, which is the conversation paragraph, and this gives the AI the context to know where the conversation was left off with this user. And then you can also see the last message sent by the bot, so that you can also use this for certain scenarios. This is helpful when you're trying to filter things. If you know what is the last question your bot asked them, in case you're like, for example, trying to qualify a lead. So after this, you can basically send any text message, because if a user wrote to you, which is basically here. So if a user writes to you, so this is a template message. It's a template that you have to create on the notifier systems here. But this is how you start a conversation. Once the user has replied with anything, they click on a button or anything, then you can start with non-template messages. You can basically then send a non-template message, which allows you to be like very free in what you say, which is a great case for AI, where you could first send a template message saying like, hey, can you tell me which of these 3 options you're interested in? Then the AI can process things with a bot. Again, I'll put the video below to how to make an AI bot, and then it would reply with a non-template message. And the cool thing that it's so integrated with Zapier and Make is that you can really connect this with any other tool. So any answer, any new context can go right into your Monday CRM or any other CRM that you use, or any further automations that you want from it. And the great thing also about this is because you get the phone number of this, you can basically always filter in your CRM saying, hey, find me, and I'll show you how I do it here. Get item by column value. So I have this here. And then I say, find me in my board of leads by the phone number. And then it will find the leads who have this phone number. So you can then later, after you find this lead in your list, you can then go and update this thing based on whatever context the person has given you. So in this case, the last message sent by the user goes into this table. So your CRM has the latest information on what this customer wanted. So to sign up for Notifier Systems, I'll put the link down there. This is part of this company called Whatsable, which I am involved in. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know if you have any questions, and super happy to help. Have a great day. Oh, and by the way, there's a really cool feature that the Notifier system has, which is broadcasting. So besides getting analytics on your messages, so you can see any message that you send, you can see what is the status of it. Has it been read, and at what time has it been read? You'll also soon be able to see all the conversations in a chat interface. But I want to show you the broadcasting feature because this is something that's super cool. You can basically do, let's do a Black Friday campaign. All right, now usually when you broadcast with WhatsApp, your number is likely to get blocked because broadcasting is not something that WhatsApp wants you to do. So I'm just gonna do here test and test. Wait, hold on, I'm gonna use actual words demo. Okay. I'm gonna send a test message to myself. I'm gonna use my French number. All right, I'm gonna send a test message. Now the cool thing, so usually WhatsApp will block you when you broadcast, but here, for example, let's say I wanna schedule this for tomorrow. I would upload a CSV of the numbers, and they have a really smart delivery system. So the delivery system for broadcasting works in this way. You can use smart delivery, which basically looks at all the factors that WhatsApp cares at the time of broadcasting. So what WhatsApp cares is how many messages do you send up front and the read rate. Something that people don't know is that WhatsApp looks at how many people read your message to know if it's spam or not. So what you can do is you can say, hey, for example, send 7 messages per batch, but only continue once the read rate is, for example, 85%. So it will send 7 messages, wait to get an 85% read rate, and then send another time 7 messages. So you can broadcast to a lot of people, but it will always keep a read rate that's high, which means WhatsApp is very unlikely to block you. They can still obviously block you if you send spam or if you have bad luck, but this really lowers the chances of it. So that's the option 1. And then you have also regular delivery, which you can choose, look, just send 6 messages per minute or send 4 messages per minute. So every minute it will send 4 messages. You can say, okay, start at 4 a.m. and send 4 messages every minute. And that way you are also more safe because it's not sending 1,000 messages at a time. Now, if you want to take the risk, you can send all the messages at the same time, but that's not really recommended. So that's a really cool feature, broadcasting on WhatsApp. Just a bonus here. All right, and one last thing that's very cool is that you can see all your chats in a WhatsApp-like conversation. You can see read receipts once people open the messages. Just like on WhatsApp, you can reply to them and have full conversations with them here. And you have an option that allows you to pass the conversation back to the AI if you want, or keep it with a human agent. In this case, it wouldn't trigger anything on Zapier or any automation that you have. It would be just for the human. And the moment you move to an AI assistant, you're handing it basically back to the AI to continue the conversation. So it's a great way of having humans and AI work together very easily. And there's also an automatic labeling system. So if a user sends a word, you can create labels, for example, new hot leads. And then if they say any of the words that you decide, so for example, interested, then it would automatically label a lead right away as a hot lead. In that case, you would know, okay, we need to talk to them. And then you can have your team basically filter conversations based on labels, so you can focus on the people that matter the most. So that's a cool extra bonus feature. You can also create and assign labels to specific conversation here.